Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we'll be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals defense and if there is hope for them in 2025. This on another episode of So the Bengals. Well, their defense might be an afterthought in 2025, but we'll see. Because right now, the Bengals, of course, they're involved in the Shamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson contract issues that have sprung up over the past few weeks, and neither of those have resolved themselves yet. On top of that, they released Jermaine Pratt, who is probably their best middle linebacker, and they're heading into 2025 with their defense looking somehow worse than they did in 2024. So, what do I think about the Bengals defense? Well, if the Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart situations don't get resolved, that D-line unit might be pretty rough because Trey Hendrickson is the rock of that unit, but Shamar Stewart is supposed to be the future of that unit. And Stewart is already probably not going to be as good in 2025 as he would have been had the Bengals not been stupid. He's missing out on a lot of practice opportunities that would help the Bengals develop him into potentially a starter early in 2025. And since Trey Hendrickson isn't, of course, practicing during his dispute with the Bengals, he's missing out on key reps ahead of the season. On top of that, now their linebacker group, there's a few decent players there, but there's a lot of questions now that Pratt is gone. Pratt obviously was their best performing linebacker in 2024, and without him, they have to find someone to fill that void. In there lies the question, because it will take a very good player to perfectly replace Pratt in this upcoming season, which maybe the Bengals will find. But there's questions there and there's doubts. The one unit on the Bengals defense that didn't face massive upheaval in this offseason was, of course, their defensive backs, their cornerbacks, and their safeties. But those players I wouldn't consider elite. They're good, they're average, they're not. There's nothing in that unit is something to write home about in terms of quality of players. But they don't have to be necessarily those standout players if the front of that defense is good. And the only way that's good is if Trey Hendrickson's there. And to a lesser extent, Shamar Stewart. So, what do I think about the Bengals defense? Is there hope? I think there is. I think there's a chance the rookies they've drafted perform well enough to get that defense humming again, at least to a average level of defenses in the NFL. But it's going to require the Bengals to stop being stupid when it comes to Shamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson. Because without Stewart and Hendrickson, and especially without Hendrickson, that defense is dead in the water. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time.